In this video, we will explore why sustainable fashion comes with a higher price tag, examining factors such as quality materials, slow production processes, and fair labor practices. Sustainable fashion is becoming increasingly popular as people become more aware of the environmental and social impacts of their clothing choices. However, sustainable fashion can often be more expensive than traditional clothing, leaving many people wondering why this is the case. What is sustainable fashion and why is it becoming popular? Sustainable clothing is the concept of designing, producing, and consuming clothing in a way that is environmentally friendly and socially responsible. Sustainable clothing is becoming increasingly popular as people become more conscious of the environmental and social impacts of their clothing choices. There are several reasons why sustainable clothing has gained traction in recent years, from increasing awareness around issues such as climate change and exploitation of garment workers from most fast fashion brands to the emergence of new technology that enables more efficient production processes and transparent supply chains. Sustainable fashion industry versus fast fashion industry. Sustainable fashion. The ethical fashion industry is growing rapidly and becoming more mainstream, with estimates showing a significant increase in global sales of sustainable fashion over the last 5 years. According to a report by Global Fashion Agenda and Boston Consulting Group, ethical fashion has seen an average yearly growth rate of 14% since 2015, and the global market size is expected to reach $96 billion by 2021. This rapid growth can be attributed to several factors, including increasing consumer awareness surrounding environmental and social issues, as well as new technologies that enable more efficient production processes. As consumers become increasingly willing to pay higher prices for sustainably made clothing, there is an increased demand for products that are both eco-friendly and ethically sourced. This has encouraged many large fashion companies to adopt sustainability initiatives such as sourcing materials from recycled or certified organic sources to reduce their impact on the environment. Fast fashion. Fast fashion brands are the largest contributor to unsustainable fashion, with estimates showing that it accounts for around 70% of global apparel sales. Many fast fashion brands are characterized by their emphasis on quantity over quality and the use of cheap, disposable materials such as polyester or nylon. These materials are not only bad for the environment in terms of water pollution and energy consumption, but also hurt workers, who often face long hours in dangerous conditions and low pay. These practices have caused immense strain on the planet's resources as well as human rights abuses, which is why many consumers are now turning away from fast fashion for more sustainable alternatives. Fast fashion companies have responded by introducing new initiatives in an attempt to reduce their environmental footprint and improve working conditions. However, many argue these measures do not go far enough to address the underlying issues within the industry. Overall, it is clear that fast fashion continues to be a major threat to both our planet's resources and human rights across the globe. Despite efforts by some companies to reduce their environmental footprint through sustainability initiatives and ethical labor practices, much more needs to be done if we want to make real progress towards creating a more sustainable future for everyone involved in fashion production, from producers, manufacturers, and retailers down through consumers themselves. Why is sustainable fashion expensive? Materials. Sustainable clothing often uses higher quality materials than traditional clothing production, which leads to higher prices for consumers. These materials are typically more expensive because they are sourced from reputable suppliers that use organic and environmentally friendly practices, so the cost of production is much higher. Additionally, many of these fabrics use recycled or regenerated fibers which require more labor and resources to produce, leading to a higher cost for sustainable fashion brands. Organic textiles such as cotton, linen, hemp, and wool are becoming increasingly popular due to their natural properties and biodegradability. However, these materials also tend to be more expensive than synthetic fabrics due to the fact that they require specialized farming techniques meant to reduce environmental damage such as water pollution and soil degradation. Overall, it is clear that sustainable clothing is often more expensive because it relies on materials like organic fibers, eco-friendly dyes, and recycled fabrics that require additional resources and labor costs during production. Despite being pricier than traditional clothing items though, these efforts result in superior quality pieces that last longer while also reducing environmental impact, making them worth investing in for those looking for fashion that is both stylish and responsible. Living wage. The cost of sustainable clothing is not only affected by the quality of materials used, but also by the labor involved in the production of these garments. All too often, garment workers are underpaid and overworked to meet the demands of fast fashion companies who prioritize quantity over quality. This type of unethical labor practice has been linked to mistreatment, unfair wages, and violation of human rights, something that many sustainable clothing labels are trying to address through fair trade and living wage initiatives. Overall, it is clear that labor plays an important role when it comes to the cost of sustainable clothing, having significant impacts on both production costs and pricing for consumers alike. By committing themselves to pay living wages and providing additional benefits for their workforce though, these sustainable fashion brands are helping make real progress towards creating a more just world where everyone involved in producing our clothes can enjoy equal rights and opportunities, something we should all support if we want future generations to be able to enjoy stylish yet responsible clothing options. Supply chain. The supply chain for sustainable fashion is a complex network of raw materials, manufacturers, suppliers, and retailers that requires careful planning to ensure that every element is ethically sourced and produced. As such, it can have a huge impact on the cost of sustainable fashion items due to the increased resources needed to guarantee that each step in the process meets the standards required for eco-friendly production. For example, many sustainable fashion companies are committed to using organic fabrics and recycled materials in their designs to reduce their environmental footprints. This can be much more costly than using traditional fibers as these materials require additional resources and time during production, such as specific machinery and expert knowledge, which can add extra costs to the end product. Similarly, sourcing materials from responsible communities or small-scale producers can also require additional investments into ensuring that they are paid fair wages while still guaranteeing superior quality pieces. Overall, it is clear that sustainability has its own set of challenges when it comes to production costs, making them an important factor when considering how much an ethical garment will cost both consumers and producers alike. Though these efforts may add extra expenses onto the final price tag of sustainable fashion items, they help create an industry where everyone involved in making our clothes enjoys equal rights while allowing us all to enjoy stylish yet responsible clothing options too. Long-term benefits of sustainable fashion. Sustainable fashion items are often designed with longevity in mind, as many sustainable fashion companies strive to create pieces that will last for many years while also reducing their environmental impact, unlike ultra-fast fashion brands. To achieve this, sustainable fashion brands focus on high-quality materials and slow production processes that use fewer resources while ensuring the best possible results. As such, these garments are usually of a higher quality than traditional clothing, meaning they can last longer and require fewer replacements as time goes on. Overall, it is clear that sustainable fashion offers numerous benefits when it comes to longevity, making them an excellent option for anyone looking for clothing items that will stand the test of time without compromising on style or quality. By investing in ethical pieces made with environmentally friendly materials and slower production processes, conscious consumers can enjoy beautiful garments while helping make real progress towards protecting our planet too, something we should all strive towards if we want future generations to benefit from stylish yet responsible clothing options too. Conclusion. Shopping sustainably can appear more expensive at first, but in the long run, conscious consumers save money when they purchase from sustainable brands that pay their workers a fair wage and use small-scale production lines. When opting for a sustainable brand, you opt for a better quality product, and also the cost per wear is significantly lower as you can wear these clothes several times instead of spending more money on a recurrent basis when you choose a fast fashion brand.